The demand for skilled professionals in solar and storage is increasing, which means so is the demand for quality professional education and technical training. So it is very cool that the consulting engineers at Mayfield Renewables will be hosting their first ever in-person education summit in Austin, Texas on October 3rd, and a little bit on October 2nd. Here to tell us about it is Laurel Hamilton and Ryan Mayfield. So real quick before we get into the conference, tell us a little bit about Mayfield and your consulting engineering work.
We have been a design engineering firm since 2007. Today, our business is wholly focused on mid-market, full engineering support to developers and EPCs in the commercial solar market, as well as microgrid spaces, anywhere from around 200 kilowatts up to the 10, 15 megawatt mark. But really what we're trying to do is be partners and provide expertise across the whole project lifecycle, whether it's the planning stage and modeling, those full engineering plan sets, owner's engineering support, really trying to be a resource.
That's obviously a lot going on. Why did Mayfield want to start this conference?
I've been doing education ever since I started the company back in 2007, and it's really become a passion of mine, something I really enjoy doing. And so I've been part of the NABCEP conference since its inception, teaching there, really connecting with people, and that, like a lot of other professionals, my absolute favorite conference to be able to go to. And so being able to provide some education and really focusing on the education is the important part. Going to other conferences, that's not so much the focus. And so Laurel Hamilton had the great idea. This is she saw kind of where we were going, what we're doing, and kind of this being an opportunity for us.
The need that I'm seeing, because I am talking to the industry overall every day, intro calls with clients interested in working with us, whether it's education or engineering or consulting, and I'm just really able to see the need for education in the way that the industry is going towards more complex projects. There's a lot of questions about energy storage, about microgrids. So we've been doing our own education internally over the last year in particular, and have our own platform now with our own classes so that folks can take them individually. We also provide custom training, but I really saw in going to conferences too, that there wasn't enough of this, that there was a lot of folks wanting to sell their services and a lot of networking around that going on, but not a lot of direct value add in the education component. So I wanted to make something that was kind of similar to the NABCEP conference, honestly. But I just feel like as the industry grows that we need more of that.
The location at the J.J. Pickle Research Campus at the University of Texas Austin College campus is pretty interesting, being literally located in classrooms. That will be different, and I'm curious kind of what else will be different about the Mayfield Education Summit compared to other solar industry education conferences.
It is actually a nonprofit endeavor. So while Mayfield is a for-profit consultancy, this summit itself really is not for profit, and we're trying to make it as affordable for folks as possible to just cover the use of the space and all of the aspects that it takes to get all of the content there. Another really cool class that I'm looking forward to is we're partnering with Angel Zayas, or Angel Zayas. He is now our first ever kind of outside consultant that's approved to teach Mayfield content in Spanish. So we will have 2 classes on energy storage codes and standards that Angel will be leading in Spanish at the same time as Ryan's teaching them in English.
So in terms of the agenda on October 3rd, the main kind of educational day, what are those hot topics? What sessions are you, I guess, should we most be looking forward to?
Almost all, if not all of the content will be Mayfield content, but we are partnering with some key folks in the industry where maybe we felt like they were better expertise than us to deliver. We are partnering with like Jason Fisher on a topic around power control systems and emergency management systems and where the industry is going with that, with energy storage. Ryan will be covering codes and standards for solar and for storage.
One of the things I'm really excited about is working with SEI. Early in my career, I was working with SEI, and we've always been in parallel paths with SEI. And so being able to present with Brian Mihalik is going to be awesome. I've never done that. He and I have been side by side this entire time. And so now we're finally be able to get to do that presentation. Like Laurel said, I think getting the other voices, yes, it's a lot of Mayfield specific content, but it's getting these other voices, getting these other people from around the industry to help really solidify what is being said around the industry and what the challenges are.
Are there NABCEP CE credits attached to the sessions?
Yeah, we're hopeful that all of them will be, or most of them. There might be one or two that won't, but we're hopeful that we'll be able to. I mean, we're creating those training programs right now, so between now and the summit, getting them all solidified and approved for those credits so that folks can apply them towards their certifications.
And then what is the focus of night one, the opening night, October 2nd?
The night before is meant to be fun, right? I mean, the summit will be fun, but it'll be a lot of packing your brain with information. Whereas the night before, we wanted to have a space to welcome everybody, kind of relax, have that networking aspect. And then the panel is really key to bring in different perspectives on this whole topic of why does education matter?
We've done a few other events similar to this around the great transformation. So transforming the grid, transforming our power sources. And so really wanting to talk to the people that are on the education front of that transformation is a really big part of it.
Lastly here, I see that Austin City Limits is right after the conference, and I want to know, did you plan that on purpose?
I wish I could say yes. I did not plan that on purpose. I actually tried to make sure that there wasn't anything big going on, but I think it works really well for folks who want to stick around and have a good time because it does start the day after on that Friday. So,
I mean, no offense to RE Plus, which is we're operating on a different scale, but next to Disneyland, not totally my scene, but Austin City Limits right after the Education Summit. Oh, that's a plane ride I'm considering for sure. So Laurel and Ryan, thanks for taking the time to explain and put this event on. I mean, it's like a huge undertaking. You have a whole other, business that you're operating and running full time. So
yeah,
I think it's well needed, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.